Ooh, what's up, y'all? I am late. I'm really late. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot to set my alarm last night. I woke up late, but it's all good. At least I showed up. Me, me post that live right now. Yeah. Mm. All right. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Mm. All right. All right. Let me see what's going on. So if I look today, I was supposed to be up like around like 8:30 ish, 9. I was supposed to be up around like 8:30 ish, 9, but I woke up a bit late. So let me see. There was no news today as well. If I look at on the markets real quick, gold still looks um I could tell gold is probably it's not ready for the lower time frames, but gold did a small little pullback. I'm expecting a move higher from this area. Um So let me basically show y'all what I'm expecting. So if I jump down to the 30-minute time frame, we're stuck in this little range. So I feel like anybody trading this area right here is probably getting chopped out. If you're on the lower time frames, at least. If you're trading a lower time frame, you're probably getting chopped out in this area, probably. Because in this area, like this is why people say that maybe like the 1 minute has a lot of noise and stuff like that. I mean, it's probably like good look at structure, but it's moving back and forth in this area, right? So, what me personally, before I jump down to my 5 minute time frame, what I would need to see is basically price to move up, falls on the horizon MAs, the 10 and 20, and I'll go on a lower time frame. So basically, this same thing like on this left hand side, move up, falls in, and so on. Let me see. Yeah, that all makes sense to me. Yeah. Let me see what's going on with the other pairs on here. So something like Euro USD. Euro USD looks it's not ready for a lower time frame, but it does look a bit clean for what can I say? The like a higher time frame trade. So I'm gonna be placing like a trade for my challenge because I'll be switching time frames for it because price is fractal. We have the impulse, the small correction goes with a few other time frames like this one right here. Nice move like that, potentially to move higher. Yeah, weekly's pausing above here, so there's no reason why I can't take this entry for a higher time frame potentially. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a buy stop for my challenge again. Something like that makes sense. Yeah, something like that makes sense to me. Okay. So I'm gonna go into my trading account for my challenge real quick. And I'm gonna set this real quick. This That's a trading journal. Watch list. There we go. I'm just setting a quick trade for my challenge real quick. I don't see no opportunities for my funded accounts. So check, let me see. This is just a higher time frame entry. 1.08495, 1.08195, 1.7775, 1.7775. There you go. Yeah, that's about what I want the risk to be on this right here. Okay, I got the buy stop set. If it's moving higher, I'm willing to take a risk. So that's the questions you ask. Even though that was like a potential challenge entry, those are the things you ask when you hop on to the market. Is this worth the risk? Is this aligned with my plan? Yeah. Is it worth the risk? So the area is worth the risk to me because based on what I understand about what makes a trend. So we have this flush out right here. We moved higher. We're pausing on that 20 right here, and we're on the lower time frames. On the 4 hour, we're creating this move, this double breaker structure, the buy stopping structure, the buy stopping demand, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. Impulse correction, impulse. I call it different names, but it's all the same thing. So that's what's that. Let me set a bit of alerts right here, so I know 1.077863077 like that. Euro USD, and let's see what. Here we go. Per hour, probably like a ton on it. So it's just a waiting game because I can't rush the process if there's no opportunities because the market condition. This is why I talk about the market condition. I tell y'all, okay, you need to understand your market condition because this market condition right here is not good for me to trade. I can probably there's probably some my entry setup is probably on a lower time frame right now, but I don't trade the pattern. That's not what I do. A lot of people trade the pattern instead of trading on what's actually going on with context, what the price is doing right now. Because there's some moves. Let me see. This one worked right here. No, you could have said this one as well. Even this one right here worked. There's a few that worked, but Doesn't mean that I should have took this. No, because if I did, there was an example yesterday where gold was in a different area and it was doing the same type of action where I would say, all right, this is how I can tell that price is in a stage one where it's breaking back and forth, not making a clear direction. It doesn't know where it wants to go. So like this, we break up, we break down, we break up, we break down. It's probably gonna break up, and it can also break down and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Even though there's some that work in here, a lot of the traders when they take a trade and it ends up working and you weren't supposed to take that trade, what's gonna happen is they're gonna take whenever they see a setup like this again in the future, they're gonna end up taking it and they're likely to get chopped out of that move. Or they're likely to make emotional mistakes, especially since they didn't test trading inside of here. If you didn't test trading inside of here, you shouldn't be doing it. All your trading decisions should be made based on data, right? Because that's how a business works. A business doesn't make business decisions without looking at okay data. Because if a business said okay, for example, if a business wanted to sell some products or something, they can't just pick any product they feel like would sell. That's not how it works. You can't say, "Oh, I feel like this would sell" without doing any research, and then you go ahead and spend this money and you think you're gonna actually get some sales. You might get lucky, right, and get sales, but that's not how it works. Especially with okay, same thing with trading. You can't make your decisions based on your emotions. Oh, you want to get in the trade right now, or you want to make money right now, so you get in the trade too early. That's not making decisions on data. You might get lucky if you get in early and make money, but in the long run, it's gonna um cost of blown accounts, all that. But yeah, and they got like I can mark out all the ones that worked. Like even in this area, this specific area right here, there's a few that like worked, but it's still not wise to be trading this area. Especially with the example I used yesterday, you would have been getting chopped out all day. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna be scanning through some other markets and see which one has the clearest context, so I can potentially get behind. Mm, scan through what US 30 is doing. I haven't traded US 30 in a while. But let's see if US 30 is in a good context for a trend yet. Nope. US 30 is not in the context for a trend. Why? I mean, like this right here, this right here, when I look at this, I'm looking at bullish, right? Overall. Even though it's short term bearish, like we have the breakdown, it's still in line with like you can see it much clearer. Maybe if we're going on weekly, there we go. Much clearer, it's bullish. We have this move where we're breaking down once, and every time I talk about this is when you have two or more bullish breaks, you have a break of a low, even on the higher time frame. The target, I am assuming the target is going to be the high. Yes, the short can work, but the likely target is the high because of how structure works on all time frames. So if we probably like go up a little bit, it's just a mini structure getting formed. This is just a pullback right here. And then if it wants to continue from it, it's just going to create a new high long term. That's see, this is why I said I'm expecting the longs. So what would I do in this area? So if I go on the 5 hour time frame, right? The reason why I wouldn't go on my entry time frame, 5 minute, even though I'm expecting longs yet, is because of what we're doing right now. So we're in just an overall stage one. Stage one is basically just consolidation, sideways actions, stuff like that. Price moves and stage one, stage two, and it's not always clear. It's gonna be sometimes there's gonna be inside stage ones and inside stage twos and stuff like that because price is fractal. And then inside of that, we're gonna have the actual structure, the breaks of the lows and stuff like that. So if I could draw this out for you, look, this right here, we had at first we had mini stage ones. That's a stage one, stage two, stage one, like that. Inside of this, we had stage one. We had no, that was stage, yeah, that was stage, that's stage two, that's stage one, stage two, stage one, stage two, stage one, stage two, stage one, and then inside of that, see there's fractals, and then also we have this overall one because you see how price is still in the same area, so we broke up, and broke down in the same area. So it's overall it's moving sideways, not going anywhere. So if I was to be looking at this, it's not a general, it's not like just a specific area, right? It's a general area where I'm looking at the stage one and where it could potentially come out of it, the move. So let me just clear up the chart real quick so I can show y'all just the overall stage one and what I would do. Looking at this, this is the stage one. If I was to potentially start looking at it for higher prices, I'll wait for price to, come a bit more out of the stage one, like this, coming above the 10 and 20, and that's when I can look at the lower time frames for a potential cycle to be forming. So I wonder if there's anything. Let's see. Just looking through all these. Let's see. Is it almost getting tapped? Okay. Let me see. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm trying to just look at some other markets to see if I see anything with some clarity. Um, let me see. Wonder if I'm trying to look at what stocks they got. Let me see. I'm just seeing what kind of stocks we have. What? Okay, there we go. We have what? Let me check what Coinbase is doing. Coinbase. Let's go to the 5 hour. Okay, we're bearish flow state. What's the overall time frame doing? Daily, we're on this bearish move, like completely bearish. Like we have breakdown, breakdown, break up, breakdown, shown as bearish. Let's see, what's the higher time frame he's talking about? Break up, we break up, we break up, we break up, we break up, breaking down. I could be looking for the shorts because it's in clear cycle for shorts distributions based on this daily time frame. It's not basically stuck in one area. Unless you can consider it on the weekly stuck in one area. Let's see. Moving lower. Uh, mm, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flush. Either way, it's not even doing anything. Uh, let's see. I'm just checking out what the market is. Ew, ew. You see, how I can just go on the market and not be in, like, be like, oh, I need to trade this now. This looks ugly. Yeah, that looks ugly. It's on Global Corporation. I just forget how to spell that in my head. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, wait. Looks. It's not already on the time frame, but it's in the clear motion. Let me see what. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I like this market actually, but it's not ready. It's like in the same state that gold is in. Like for ooh, what's going on over here? So yeah, it's good. Like at first, did it did not look clear in this area. Look how choppy price is. But we have the foundation of a potential stage on two coming out of this, based on how price is moving right now. Look, so we got this general sideways move up above the MAs, and that's a weekly time frame. Keep in mind that's a weekly. We have the stage on ones and twos getting formed up. Meanwhile, we have the cycle being started, like we flushed, right? This is the basically the foundation on the daily as well. So, especially with me trading a lower time frame, this isn't particularly ready. Actually, it doesn't look good. Actually, it doesn't look good. The reason why it doesn't look good to me is the wicks. This is just a wiki price action right here. It is really wiki. I gotta be honest with myself with that one. That the price action does look really wiki. Like compare that with gold right here. How it's just clean and you don't less wicks. Let me see. Um, what's Starbucks doing? I think I got Starbucks already on the list right here. Nope, Starbucks not ready. Starbucks is not ready. Yeah, not at all. Um, Microsoft. I don't even think Microsoft was good. I think I had it on here. Yeah, it's not good because the weekly we're overall bullish on this thing. It's just I want some alignment. So Intel Corporation. Yeah, I can just we're bearish on this. We're bearish. Been moving lower in distribution. Let me see what's going on with the daily. Yeah, but even though I know it's bearish and I would look for shorts, we're stuck in this basically this stage, overall stage one right here, where we're just moving sideways. So I wouldn't even touch it yet. I will wait for some it to like basically just move away a bit more. Because I'm looking to get into a trend. I need a potential stage two to form where it can just where I'm just using my management rules to, you know, stay in the trend as long as possible. So that's not looking good. Oh, so notice how I'm literally looking at most of these like I'm looking at all these markets, but yet I still haven't took a trade. Ford Motor Company because you have to wait for the perfect um opportunity that fits with your system. Hey, we're above the 10 and 20 on this daily. What is the over? Oh no, I wouldn't trade this. What's going? I mean, it's looking much clearer on this side. What is this big wick over there? I thought it was a while ago, but it looks much clean on this side. Let me see what the overall time frame is talking about. We're bearish on this thing. Whoa. Nah, I don't like this. Disney. So all these markets, so yeah, I'm right. All these markets are not in a great context right now to even be doing anything. Yep, not in a great context. These are. just example trades right here. I mean, yeah, there's nothing to be done here. Um, yeah, just waiting. Let's see. I wonder what I could talk about since I'm waiting. Well, oh, I'm on the wrong time frame. But there we go. So honestly, I'm gonna be heading off the charts early because if I'm looking at this, we already looked at all the markets, right? That I can even trade, and basically none of them are in clear context. It's almost around like if I were to assume that price were to make a move, since I have to wait for the 30 minutes to look more clear, and it's 10:39, it's probably not going to even have a setup by 12. And the way how I do it is like I imagine, okay, let's just say this candle needs to close in the next 20 minutes. All right, it's gonna be 11 o'clock by then. Then let's just assume the candle after that, the candle after that has to be like a very huge momentum candle. That's already once it closes, it will have to close by 11:30 because it's 30 minutes each candle. Then we need a pullback to the MAs. That's 12, and then I have to wait for the setup on the 5 minute. So that's even more time. That's how I can tell whether I should stay on the charts or hop off early. And if you see, we're just not in a clear context. We're just in the stage one. Maybe if you're like a higher time frame trader, you can take an entry like at these points right here above these one of these highs because that's the foundation of a new trend that can potentially form. Or if it looks just too choppy in this area, if you just wanted to take one move and be done. But the best one was the lower one right here. If you were a higher time frame trader, like a 1 hour, this one would have been the best one. If you use the rule for cutting losses, you would have cut right here. But yeah, hopping off right now.